It's my favorite thing to do in the whole wide world. I love reading scripts and seeing myself in characters. When you get cast in a show and you have to build this person, the analogy I always use when building a character is like, that's your child in a way, because it's another person, but it has a small part of you with it, and you pick it up and you help bring it to life and you help it grow, and at the end of the night, at the end of rehearsals, you put it down to bed and you leave the space and you do what you can to be prepared for the next time you interact with it, and then when you come back into the space, you pick it right back up again and you help it all throughout the life that it has. There's no better rush in the entire world than being up on stage and doing what you love to do and being there with somebody else, and seeing them having just as much fun and loving it just as much as you are. That's my favorite thing in the whole wide world.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you a story. One time I was in a musical and we had these, Thoroughly Modern Millie, and we had these rolling desks, right? And I was supposed to go backwards on stage, and so I was like, I should just roll, I'm already in my desk, I should just roll backwards, right? And so I'm doing that, I'm pushing myself backwards in this little thing, and it just completely tips over in time with the music, and I throw everything. I had a typewriter on the desk, and it was just so right heavy I couldn't keep myself up, and it just all toppled over, and I bruised my tailbone, and I had to walk funny forever, and it was really awful. It wasn't during a show, but there was preview-ish type people in the audience, and the entire cast saw. No, they were all like, "Oh, Megan, are you butthurt?" And I'd be like, "Hey, watch yourself."
I started in the 5th grade, so 10 years ago this year. Yeah.
So cool.
My decade anniversary.
How did you like it in high school and all that?
Oh, I loved it. It was my world. My friends were theater kids, where they were band kids, because I was in color guard as well. So I was constantly bouncing between both of those activities, and all my teachers, all my peers knew me as that theater girl. I was the one that took it really seriously. I started actually because my grandpa took me to New York for a big 10th birthday / Christmas thing, and we saw The Lion King on Broadway, and I just remember it being amazingly cool. I was just you can do that as a career? That's amazing. And the next year I started theater. I think I just I started and I was yep, this is it. This is what I'm gonna do forever. It's interesting how that worked out, I guess. You do hit moments where you're man, is this really what I should be doing? Because it is a really tricky business to get into, just like any other art business. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever doubted it though, really. I think that being happy is more important than the money or anything. As long as I'm doing something in the theater, I'm totally fine.
I cannot control the output of diseased minds or those who cater to them. But I will not allow such filth brought into my house. No.
House? Who makes a rent on it? Who makes a slavery shelter? No, I mustn't say anything. I gotta let you do all the talking. No, I don't want to hear anymore. No, I won't hear more. I'm going.
Theater here is more about how much experience can I get before It's time for me to go out into the real world, or for me anyway. That's how I see it is. Okay, what can I get my hands on and start learning? Like, what can I learn? How much information can I get out of these people? Because like, our professors are so incredibly gifted. Every single one of them, I have so much respect for them. And so like, in class, I find myself like really leaning forward and like listening intently, and I'm like, oh, that probably looks really like kind of weird, but like, I respect them so much, and I'm totally into seeing how much I can get out of it from classes and stuff like that.
Well, now I feel awkward. Can we go back to this?
That's really good. You need to get
That's good, right?
my haircut was so cool.
It's casual. It's
Yeah, it
good.
did.
Hi, I'm Barb. Hi, I'm Barb. What if I just like... You were like, I gotta go pick up my kids from soccer practice. I forgot about that.
Oh my gosh, this department is like where I found friends that I think that I'll have forever. And like, we all make jokes and like, I don't know, my thing is like, I'm always like, oh yeah, I don't have friends. Like, just like casual, like terrible jokes that aren't funny, but like, I seriously have some of the best friends from here. Like, I'm so thankful for them too. Like, yeah, I got lucky coming here. They're definitely my family. Like, there's no way that I could do anything that I do, I don't think, without them. I think that's kind of the cool part about being in theater, is like, you're always so open to being around different people. And so when you come into a situation where you're faced with a bunch of different, with a giant group of people who have been friends already for maybe years before you even got there, you walk in and they want to know all about you, and they want to like see what you're like, and they want to find your mannerisms and your gestures, and they want to know you. And so I think that's how you start to make friends. And then once you start working together and creating things together, like hanging out on the weekends for rehearsals and calls and stuff, you really build that like family quality, and it's not something scary to go into. Like, it's a really accepting, awesome learning environment.